Today, instead of doing the vlog, I'm going to be telling you how my class went. First up, I did not finish the whole class, as I did not do the lyrical with Gianna Martello. I popped and said hi, but the reasoning was because I was getting kind of tired first time, and family got here, and we were getting ready to eat lunch, and we started getting busy, so I didn't want to miss the hour and 20 minutes that my family was going to be here, you know. Dance is such a big part of my life, but at the same time, I care about my family. So, yeah. So, what happened was that this morning, we logged on there at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I thought I was going to miss the class because what happened was that my dad, it required a passcode, obviously Zoom does. And basically, we didn't know the passcode, and finally he found it in an email and stuff. And we waited for I literally waited for almost 2 hours. Or just doing nothing, just kind of scrolling on Instagram. And finally my dad was like, maybe it's California time instead of our time, because our time is not California time. There's a 3-hour difference. So, what happened was that my dad finally got an email from Abby saying that it was going to be in 1 hour. So I went out, I just kind of chilled for an hour, and then all of a sudden I heard sound coming from the computer, and I clicked on, and I was in the Zoom meeting, you know, and then they said, the woman said you can start stretching and warming up if you want, so I started kind of watching what everyone was doing just to see, because I don't know what is normal for warm ups and stuff. So then I started. So then basically what happened was that I started pulling out my leaps and my turns, you know, trying to show off a little bit, but also because they're really good and I like them. And then I started just stretching, warming up and stuff, doing lunges and stuff. And then the person was like, "Hi everyone," and I'm like, "Hi," very cool. And then all of a sudden, and someone said Abby's on. And so I look again, and then Abby pops up, and I'm like, yes. And at this point, I was practically crying, because I was just so excited. And then she went so some of you might know from last week, but for those who are new, we're gonna work on this now. And so then we started the class, and Abby was doing legs, feet, and warm up, and that was tough. That was tough. I thought hip hop was gonna be the worst one. I don't know about lyrical. Lyrical, I feel would be the easiest one for me, because it's very much a lot of technique, a lot of pretty long legs and stuff. And personally, Abby didn't really talk much, specifically to me, so that was kind of this could be good or bad. She kind of focused on a few kids at most. The reasoning was because she can't get up and demonstrate, and these kids kind of were picking it up so fast, and she would say something and they would just do it. And so she was putting them on the screen a lot. to like be her demonstrators and stuff, which was really helpful for me because a lot of it was done like last week or something, and I wasn't on there last week. Like, this was my first time, and probably not my last time. And then, and she was like, I'm seeing some great stuff, like, everything was going good. And then at the end, she, like, started talking a little bit about, like, some of the other classes and stuff, like, and there was one that was going to be, like, $19. But I couldn't do that one because you have to have a back walkover, and I'm pretty sure it's like a handstand or something. Like, there were 2 Pacific tricks that if you don't have, you can't do them. And Abby played it tough. Like, she was tough, and I was really excited to begin the full Abby experience. Then all of a sudden, she's like, this was farther at the beginning. She's like, okay, everyone pull out, like, their ballet bar or what they're using as a ballet bar. And I'm like, yes, I get to use my ballet bar. Like, and then we actually, good thing Abby wasn't watching at this point, but we're gonna have to glue my ballet bar because when we built it out of like PVC pipe and paint, obviously, so it can become, well, we weren't sure we were gonna have to glue it, and so we didn't, and now we're gonna glue it. The reasoning is, and it was because twice the end of my first bar popped out, and so I had to pop it back into place in the middle of class and stuff. And then and we all were on mute, by the way, because, like, so she can, like, explain, and she was very excited because she actually got to throw someone out of the class, which was good. So she has full control over it, and because the one person continuously, like, they weren't on mute, and she literally explained how to, like, she would, like, see the little microphone in your screen, press that, and you will be on mute. And their dog, like, kept, like snoring and stuff near the camera. So, yeah, that was a thing. And then, at the very end, some of the last things she said was I'm leaving you in Melissa's hands. She's, like, a very good hip-hop teacher. And then she also said that she likes to see us on there a lot more. And I'm so close to my oversplit. And actually even my split, to be honest. Like, which was something that I didn't think would happen. And, like, she showed us stuff, like, that obviously, like, stuff that you should be doing when you're getting ready for a competition and stuff. And I kind of felt bad for my dad because I told him to, like, get, like, 10 seconds of footage. I don't think he got it because he got a couple of photos. But, yeah. But I felt bad for him because every time he would, like, peek through the door, and he didn't understand they can't hear us because we're on mute. So he, like, was trying to be all secretive and, like, quiet, and I'm like, they can't hear you. But I didn't want to, like, say that because then if that way Abby won't call me out, like, saying, like, oh, you're talking to someone, pay attention, like. So, yeah, then. And then, and this woman, Melissa, popped on and we learned a hip hop combo. And I actually I liked her, but I also didn't like one thing about her. And here's what that one thing was: she was encouraging and nice. I'm like, that was the one thing that I don't. And here's why you're probably that's a good thing. I'm the type, when I take a dance class, I want the teacher to point out every flaw, every mistake, and tell me that I'm doing it wrong. I don't like when they're nice and encouraging and stuff. And then, yeah, and other than that, she was really nice, and I was saying how she likes, when she does choreography, she likes everyone to do exactly what she's doing versus, and not add a little something of their own and stuff. But then she started talking about how some people were giving her lots of face, lots of personality, a lot of stuff. And I pretty much went I'm going for 100%. Give all I got, go for it 100%, and knock it out of the park. Because that's really all I can do. And at first, cause we all could kind of talk for a second, as we were warming up and stuff. I remember why you're here. You're not here to make friends. You're not here to have chit chat. Oh, you're here to impress Abby and impress Gianna Martello, which I didn't really get to because, again, family was coming. We were getting ready to eat lunch. I was tired. And to impress as Melissa. You're also here to learn from it, get better training, and give everything you got. And that's honestly true, and that's one thing that I don't really like about, that's the only thing that I don't like about dance. Is with dance, it's really hard to maintain friendships that are long distance friendships that are outside of your dance group or class, which is something that I feel started almost tearing me and Bella apart because Bella and me we weren't on the same page, and that once that got fixed, and I went okay. And I set boundaries, and we kind of worked it out. We worked our schedule to where we could be on the same page. We got back to just being great friends, and now it seems I don't know what it is. Now it's really hard because Bella doesn't really get to know. And then, and I'm going to answer a question real quick. Which one? Did you ask Abby to demo your music video? No, unfortunately not, because we, again, didn't really get to talk to her. It was kind of we were all on mute, we were all learning, and yeah. And I saw some great stuff on there, and then at first, I started almost doubting myself, and that's not good, especially as a dancer, because when you doubt yourself, you're never gonna be any better. And what I mean by that is it wasn't oh, I'm not good enough to be here. It was, oh, I want this so bad, and I want to impress her so much, and it may or may not happen. It was the doubting if I'm gonna improve. I wanna improve, and this is something that is actually true. That Melissa said in her hip hop class. She said if you're failing and you're worried about you failing, and just know you're failing to perfection. Which means the more that you do it, the better you will be, just because dancers are always looking for a challenge. And if this is challenging for you, which actually this hip hop combo actually was really good for me because first I never really done hip hop. I did like one thing for I wish I would have told him sooner. And even then, like I always been behind on I never got into the whole hip hop thing, and I was really doubting like, oh, I'm never gonna be a hip hop dancer because I know nothing about it, and I'm really good at technique. Like and that actually like I saw that like I made like I was doing the hip hop routine, and then finally only the last time we ran through it, she went like, I'm gonna give you like 30 seconds, and I want you each to like think of one thing, and like one thing, and about this routine that you want to improve on. Like whether that's giving it more energy, more face, more anything, or making it hitting it harder or whatever it is, just one thing that you want to improve on in the combo. And at first I'm like, ooh, what's mine? And then I went like, I want to really hit it harder because like really get in it and give all I got. And she went like, now I want you to attempt to do that. So I did, and I did fabulous. Like hip hop was very much my thing. And so yeah, I became the double thumbs up person because throughout Melissa's hip hop thing, whenever she would ask like a question like, "Do you all got this?" Like, is it challenging? And I would always give the double thumbs up since I can't say yes or something like, because I'm on mute. Like we're all on mute, and it was fabulous. It literally was fabulous, and she showed us, like Abby showed us some stuff that we should be doing before a competition and stuff, and now that was really, really fabulous. And then basically I told everything to my mom and my dad, and they went like, we'll consider more classes and stuff. But yeah, my thing is my flexibility, horrible. It made improvements though. Like we're on the right track, okay? Don't get me wrong, we're on the right track. But you also gotta consider that my flexibility is always gonna be behind until I push it there. And the reasoning is because, first up, I'm short, but that has nothing to do with it. I have rods in my back, like I never been as flexible as like most people, and now it's getting there, and like I'm seeing massive improvement, and so I'm seeing my oversplit improve. I'm seeing my splits improve, and it's just crazy. And it's really, really cool. Here. So, I'm gonna go, but that's today's vlog because, I'm not posting a vlog, but that's today's video, and I'm gonna continue working on this that she gave. So yeah. And I was gonna teach this little girl a fairly good amount of dance, I ended up only teaching her one ballet step. And the reasoning was because she was too sidetracked. We had family here, but also she was very much sidetracked on LOL dolls and my dog Sam and Shopkins.